You know, I work for Hillel, which is a Jewish organization, 3 rabbis, and sometimes the connection between Baba and Judaism is not very clear, not very obvious, because just the way it is there. So last September, I went to the high holiday service, Yom Kippur, which is Day of Atonement. You're there all day, and about 3 times in the liturgy, it comes up that the 10th day of the 7th month will be a day of atonement and fasting and all that for all time. And about the 3rd time around, I said, that's July, that's Silence Day. And I was just so pleased. Isn't that amazing? Of course, I mean, yeah.
You know English?
I know a little Hebrew, but I mean, I was following in the translation.
Well, the translation.
Yeah. And every once in a while, something like that will come up and just absolutely blows me away. But I can't really share it with anyone at work.
So every 10th day.
No, 10th day of the 7th
month.
But that's counting by the Jewish calendar. It falls in like September or October. Is a day of prayer and fasting and repentance and all that.
It's a day of atonement.
Yeah.
In the Jewish religion.
Right. Yeah. It's the day of the entire year. People who have nothing to do with anything all year long will show up. Will do that.
And go to each other's houses and all that and beg forgiveness.
Yeah. Before it comes around, by sundown, you're supposed to go, and if you have any
scores to settle.
And then New Year comes, right?
Yeah.
Well, day before yesterday, it was the Day of Atonement for the Iranis, called Pateti, a day of repentance, atonement. Yeah.
Is that the same?
And then the next day is the New Year. Yeah.
So what's the?
So now just imagine, Peggy, that Katie, Gaver, and all those Iranis, they observe that day. Of course, we don't observe it, but naturally, in memory of it, there's no observing it, but at least remembering it, that is the day according to the calendar. So, of course, we joke with them and say, no, it's not that. Because exactly after a month comes the Parsis repentance. Because that is Kadimi, that is the ancient calendar. And ours is Senshai, means from the time when the emperors of Persia ruled over Persia and all that, the calendar started a month after that, you see. So that's how it differs. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The days differ, the months differ, but it's the same thing. It is the same thing amongst Jainism, same thing amongst Buddhism, same thing amongst Brahmanism, all this. Is a day of atonement. When you go to one another's place, friends or relatives or houses or neighbors and then beg pardon. It's everywhere the same thing. One day in a year. And if you are living for 60 days, then only 60 times you can do it. 60 years if your lifespan is. Whereas you should do it every day, every second.
That's why Baba gave us the prayer of repentance.
That is what Baba used to always say that. Well, you pray to God, but what happens in our constant prayers to Him? Instead of remembering Him, we remember the prayers.
It's true.
It is true. We remember the words you say, it goes on and on. For whom we are doing and what we are doing, just minds are going there. We forget Him, for whom you are praying. But you remember the prayers. And you are considered to be a staunch religionist, staunch Christian, staunch Jews, staunch Parsis, and this and that. It's like that. But what a sad thing. Yeah.